Hello, today's date is January 14th, 2021. For today's video source inspection, we are filming a fully refurbished 270S model spin rinser dryer. I am not wearing my mask for the video just so you could hear it better. We are practicing the social distance guidelines at SciTech very strict and are taking it very seriously, but with the mask on, you cannot hear the video well enough. So I'm not wearing my mask for the video, but it's going right back on afterwards. Okay, so I can't share my customer's name with you due to confidentiality reasons, but they're located in Phoenix and their purchase order number is 4200309208. So today we're going to film a full recipe of this SRD. The customer did not send in their controller. Their fab is all slick devices. Very nice upgraded fab, but we're running it with just a test PSC 101 today. Before we get started, we have nitrogen purging into the bowl, and we are running a full cassette. So we'll start with a 30-second rinse, followed by a 10-second purge into a 90-second dry 1 at high RPMs, before we slow it down for an elongated dry 2 for 230 seconds. And when I said 90 RPMs, I meant 90 seconds. Let's begin. Okay, so we're in our rinse, and when you hear it switch over, that's when the purge starts, and we'll keep an eye on this while describing our refurbishment process. Every spin rinse dryer that is sent to SciTech for refurbishment goes through the same extensive process. First, we take the tool and break it down to the component level. From there, we chemically clean and electropolish all metal parts, as well as inspect each part for function. Okay, as you see, we're speeding up. The water is starting to move in a circular motion as we're in our purge. As we go through the dry parts of our recipe, there will be less and less residual droplets of water on the window as we move forward. Once that we have broken the tool down completely and all parts have been tested and prepped, that's when we begin rebuilding the SRD from the ground up. Okay, so we have about a minute left for our dry. Once we build up the head assembly, that's when it gets placed into our dry quality control checkpoint. This is where we inspect and do testing on the SRD for function without facilities installed. Once the tool passes our dry QC checkpoint, it moves into our wet test, which is our wet QC checkpoint. This is where we inspect and test the SRD for full function with facilities installed. Lastly, after our wet test, the SRD is placed in our final configuration, which we call final test. Final test is what you see before you today. So this customer just shipped in the SRD head assembly. We have a double stack next to it. We have many different types of configurations that you'll see in our videos on our YouTube channel. This is just what they shipped in, so that's why you're not seeing a poly enclosure. So we're running very nice and smooth, and right now we're switching to slow it down for our dry 2. Still running nice and smooth. Heaters are heating up. Want to be careful though. So once the tool is placed in our final test, we run over 50 various process recipes with different times and RPMs. We call this burn-in testing, so that way we can ensure that the SRD is ready for plug-and-play installation once it gets back to our customer for their fab. Lastly, we film a video source inspection. Some customers require us to send them a video before they accept us shipping the tool back. Others, it's just for documentation purposes. Now I've discussed our refurbishment process, let's talk about spare parts. We supply 100% of the spare parts and repair services necessary for your semi-tool spin rinser dryers. We are the worldwide leader in spare parts and service for the spin rinser dryers. Parts that we can repair in addition to provide are the amps, motors, and controllers, as well as rotors that we rebalance. Parts that we provide include the ones I listed, as well as windows, door seals, start and stop switches, pressure switches, heating elements such as the N2 heater and the heater blanket, solenoid valves, the rotor stop positioner, N2 filters, anti-static module, resistivity probes, and more. We are also the tool owner, the OEM, for Vertec experimental dryers. So if you have any questions on Semi-Tool or Vertec SRD spare parts, call us at 916-797-9000. And if you think you know what you need, you can always visit our website and go there to see what we provide at www.sitecprocess.com. From there, you can submit a formal RFQ, or you can email us at sales@sitecprocess.com. So let me take a peek. We have just under 2 minutes left in the recipe. I've gone over our spare parts. Let's talk about equipment we could provide outside of SRDs. Equipment we provide in addition to fully remanufactured or new SRDs include box washers such as the HTC 8010, 8020, and 8030, mask cleaners such as the K&S 972, metrology tools including profilometers, ellipsometers, resistivity, and more. We provide barrel ashers and etchers, YES ovens, as well as a variety of other tools such as microscopes. As you can see, we're your one-stop shop for front-end fab equipment. Okay, so we have about 1 minute left. The tool is running great. It's smooth. As you can see, if you take a closer peek at the window, there's maybe 1 or 2 drops of water. And when we get down to the end, it's not safe when the clock strikes 0 to open the door on the controller. We want to wait for the rotor to stop and get fired in the 12 o'clock position, as well as the door seal to deflate and release all air, because you can cause damage if you try to open the door too early on your SRD. Lastly, another value that we add our customers when we refurbish SRDs is we label everything. Every part is labeled, whether it's a 190 degree temp switch, your anti-static, your DI valves, your N2 filters. We will label that so techs have it easy, and it's also easier to reorder the parts in the future down the road. Okay, we're winding down. Okay, I heard the RSP fire. We're now at 12 o'clock. Door seal is deflated. It's safe to open the door. Having residual droplets of water in the bowl is okay. You don't want to rinse until your bowl is bone dry because that could leave you prone to static and particle. All right, we have warm nitrogen purging into the bowl. Okay, had to restart the camera there. We have warm nitrogen purging into the bowl, and our cassette is full of dry wafers. Thank you for watching today's video source inspection. We'll see you next time.